You are listening to Plain English Radio. It's like plain English films, only with less film and more radio. Enjoy!
All right, partner. Looks like it's come down to this.
It certainly has, compadre. Now it's just left to you and me.
Man to man. Mano y mano.
That's right. This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
No, it ain't. So let's get to it.
Right, so I was thinking we'd build a new place over there in that vacant lot. We can have a charming little fence around it. Oh, and a barn can go over there. This field would do great for ranching, don't you think?
Oh, definitely. The oak here is a lovely touch to the aesthetic, and the pond will be simply divine in the spring.
Won't it just? Welcome back to the golfing channel. At the moment, there's nothing happening. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, wait, now one of the contenders is stepping up to the plate. I know that's not the terminology for golf, but it sounds more interesting. Okay, he's placed the ball, and I'm not sure what he's doing. He's looking around. Okay, I think he's just figured out, which way to hit it. So he's facing the right way now, and here we go. Yeah, I think he's going to swing. Oh, he missed! How could he miss? How hard could it be to... Oh, I think he was just practicing. You all know how much work goes into hitting a thing with another thing. You can't merely hit the thing. Okay, I think he's really going to hit it this time. And... still hasn't hit it. And... okay, we're going to take a break now. Oh, he hit it! I can't believe he... hold on. So he hit it, but it just landed in that field over there. How stupid is that? Now we just have to move over there and watch the same exact boring sequence again. Is there any purpose to this? Any objective at all? Don't worry, I know the answer. No. Right, that sums up everything. That which we have all just heard covers every issue that we face today as a country. It is, of course, as you all know, the most top secret of all top secrets in the world. So even now, as we are convened here to discuss these issues, I will keep it locked in the safe, equipped with every security precaution in the book. And not in the book. But before I do that, would anyone like to review any portion of the document, or have we all gathered everything we need in order to carry out this meeting? Are we all good? All right. I shall return this, then, to the safe. Oh, wait, could I take another look at page 18 again? Right. Here you are. Thank you. Oh, right. No, I need to see that. Okay, here you go. Oh, you know what? I could stand to take another look at page 2, if I may. Right. Page 2. It's really, really, really important. You absolutely must look at it. No, I guess I'm all right. Good then. Let's move on. I would benefit from another look at page 2, come to think of it. you go. Enjoy.
Thank you. Fascinating. Here you go.
Right. Now we're all done with this, right? Yes? Everyone has everything they need? Okay. Then I will officially lock it back up and we shall proceed with the meeting. Are we all good?
I think maybe if I could see wait. No, never mind. No, I remember. No, I'm good.
Are you sure? It's okay. I can always just easily open and close this state-of-the-art security safe and pull out the information willy-nilly at each whim of your perusals. It's only, as I said, the biggest, most significant, most secret document in the world. Is everyone positively good? All right. Then I am putting it back right now. And done.
Sir?
Yes?
I think you locked a cat inside one of the compartments.
Yes, I believe I did. Now, who would like to raise the first point?
Shouldn't you get the cat out of there?
There. Now let's proceed. Yes, do you have something to say?
Yes, I'm trying to remember. It was on either page 13 or 14. I don't remember exactly what it said.
If you are going to suggest to me that I open this safe again so that you can glance at the document and thus have me return it to the intricate, infinitely complex compartments of this safe, then you may want to consider your next few words very, very carefully.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary. I'm sure you'll remember what it said. It was something about a flaw in the molecular inflation of the conflictual taxation system or something like that. Do you remember what it said about that?
Why don't we just leave this out for now?
Welcome back to the Golfing Channel. I'll let you in on what you've missed and get you caught up. So, nothing. Absolutely nothing has happened. And now, just when you thought things couldn't get more boring, he has now switched out clubs and now seems to be preparing to hit the ball mere yards at a time. 10 yards at most. This is going to be so boring. I think I might die. I hope I do. All right, here he goes. He's going to finally hit it. And... wow, that was close! Oh my word, that was close! He nearly hit the ball into that hole there! That would have been a disaster! I can see him throwing his head back in relief. That was really close. Okay, he's approaching the ball again and... What's he doing? He's facing back toward the hole again! Why in the world? No wonder his score is so bloody low, -2. He's bloody trying to go into the hole! And he did it! What a moron! He actually looks happy about it! I admittedly don't know that much about this game, but I at least know not to lose the ball down a hole. It's such a small hole! How hard can it be?
Oh, Mrs. Smothersmith, what seems to be the problem?
Well, Doctor, it's my son here.
Yes?
Doctor, I think he's a cow.
A cow? What on earth gave you that inclination? I see.
Oh, please help my poor boy, Doctor.
Well, I'd like to, Mrs. Smothersmith, but in my admittedly limited experience with a case like this, I'm rather entirely uncertain as to what I should do. Can you tell me when it was exactly that he had turned into a cow?
Well, I think that it was last Tuesday. he was normal when he'd woken up. I made him breakfast, sent him off to school, and when he came back, he was like this.
Right. And, did he have anything unusual for breakfast that day, Mrs. Smothersmith?
No, I made him eggs, bacon. He had toast and milk. Oh, milk! Do you think that was the cause, Doctor?
Well, it could be. Although, a lot of other people have had milk, and no similar cases have been reported, so I would wager no. Can you think of anything at all out of the ordinary that might have happened to him on that day?
Well, let's see. He went on a field trip. To a farm. Oh, Doctor, do you think...
Yes, I have a pretty good guess now, Mrs. Smothersmith.
My son swapped places with a cow? Oh, my poor baby!
Yes, that's what it looks like to me.
I've got to get to that farm and save him. Oh, he must be so cold, so afraid. Oh, my poor baby!
That seems to be the most plausible course. Or,
What?
well, if we think about this logically, things as they are now, you no longer have to pay for schooling, now or later. Clothing, extra food, just a bit of hay and grass and such here and there. And you have free milk nearly every morning.
Doctor, are you seriously suggesting I...
Well, think of it. No more talking back, disrespectful eye rolls. Oh, and you can turn his room into a pub, or an arcade, or a spa. Whatever you like.
As I was saying, Doctor, I've just brought my cow in for a checkup.
Looks like he's got a lofted club there, so he's trying to land it in with a spin.
I think he's going to try to lean the shaft forward and try to get a little angle on the descent to try and make sure he gets the ball first. I think he's going to try to hit it into the hole. What a clot! Good evening. I don't suppose you'd be interested in hearing a little story. Well, I can't hear your response either way, so you're going to hear one no matter what you're interested or not interested in. Now, get comfortable and listen well, and then take off the headphones and listen to me instead. This story is entirely true. All of it. Except for the parts that aren't. I'll leave that to your discretion. It began when I was a very young man. At the time I was in the process of being born. And that is how it began. A little later in life, I met a man who was to be my best friend forever. That was, of course, before he took my binky away from me. A lot later in life, I met another man who was to become my new best friend forever. He and I were classmates. It was at the University of Becoming Smart People or something, and we both graduated at the top. After they agreed to give us our degrees, we climbed down from the top of the university building, having complied with not jumping off of it in accordance with our end of the agreement. Our major was in being cool and getting to do cool stuff. Which isn't a real major, but that was one of our demands, and we were sticking with it. Plus, it's what we really, really wanted to do. We immediately began on our career. Well, that's perhaps not true. We immediately began on figuring out what our career was going to be, having attained degrees in being cool. It didn't take us long to reach the only possible conclusion. What would be the coolest thing to do? An expedition to the South Pole. There's absolutely no doubt that there is nothing cooler than the South Pole. Unless we were to go to space. But we weren't crazy. So we got straight on to our voyage. When we first failed to get very far, we decided to return home and work up funds to get a boat. It wasn't easy, But after a long and tiresome campaign, we managed to make just enough to do just that. Very soon, we set sail. We still failed to get very far. Then we put the boat in the water. It was a long and perilous journey. We didn't run into any trouble at all. It was completely peril-less. At last, we reached the shores of Greenland. And then realized that the South Pole was in Antarctica. And although Greenland was also pretty cool, we were not ones to divert from our original goal. We couldn't think of anything better to do. So we set sail again, and this time we got to where we wanted. Antarctica, the coolest place on Earth. We harbored the boat, if that's what you do with a boat, and went ashore. Shortly after going ashore, we saw that the shore was short of shells, and supposed that the sea had seen that they were sealed in snow. We marched for days and days. Nothing but snow and ice all around as far as the eye could see. At about this time, we began to regret not having brought more clothes. Nevertheless, after what seemed like an eternity of searching, but was only, in fact, a very long time of searching, we finally made it to the South Pole. We stood there for a bit, and then started for home. I still recall the last thing that my friend said to me before the expedition was over. "I think I'm going to freeze to death." Now, I admit that I'm not the wittiest of people, but even I could have come up with a statement more humorous and original, and essentially better than that, to describe our trip. He then froze to death. I returned home alone and sought to take the steps to go back to school. I couldn't take the steps, they were too permanently attached to the ground, so I enrolled in some classes instead, so as to seek a new life path. It was a great disappointment, the South Pole. It wasn't really all that cool after all, as we had once come to believe. In fact, there was no pole at all. Just a bunch of ice. Boring. Good night.
You have been listening to Plain English Radio. It was written and performed by Josiah Wise and also featured the voice of Mariah Wise. If you enjoyed this program, then thank you. If you didn't, sorry.